Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to Elite Rounders Mental Game Corner. This week we are continuing from the same topic as last week, so preparing for the session part two. Um, what I really want to talk about today is especially like how to prepare for the session, not just mentally, but also like other things. So let's get down to it. So if you're if you know you will have very long session, I think it's very important that you actually invest time a little bit to preparing your food. Whatever the plan is, as long as you have a plan for your food, I think is the key part. um, you want to have like I would personally like if I have a free day before the game day, I would prepare the food for the next day, so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow. Or you can prepare it in the morning. You just make your chicken, 500 grams or whatever you eat, and you prepare it ready for a long session. Because usually you don't have time to prepare the food per se, unless you order pizza or something. But that's not something I would recommend eating anyway during poker sessions. Maybe in small doses. But yeah, I think the key thing is like prepare the food in your free day, one day ahead, and then you could just put it to boxes and put it to already like certain portions. So you just put it to microwave and you warm it up. So I think it makes life so much easier because in the end we only have 5 minute breaks throughout the day. So I think it's very nice when you can just warm it up. You don't have to worry about it. Um, One student mentioned that he used to do like one huge meal before a long session and hoping he gets through that the whole session. But again, I don't think that's very smart approach. If you try to go through 10 hours without like first of all, you're eating huge meal at the beginning, which is not nice because you will feel terrible the first couple hours. Then you will probably have decent energy, but then again you will dip if you don't eat rest of the 6 hours. So I think you kind of want to have more like light meals and more often. I think it's better. uh, so I think it definitely makes sense. Again, if your session is shorter, 5 6 hours, yes, I mean, I think technically 2 meals is sounds pretty good. I mean, you don't need to plan for very short session that much. I think it's easier, but especially these long sessions should be planned for sure. um, I do remember playing some live tournament in Prague, and when the days are very long, let's say I think it starts like 12 o'clock, especially if you can't sleep. So I prepare food for the day, but I still kind of had this like dipped energy. But I think it's just the live game can be a little bit boring sometimes. So I think that also affected my energy levels. But like it's really tough to sit there play a live game for 12 hours. I feel at least I felt like, but maybe it's also that I'm mostly online player. But it's definitely something like you want to plan and see what works for you. Again, I think all these preparations, it's good to keep in mind like we are all different human. We work with different ways. For some, different things work differently. So I would still advise you to like test things out. What do you enjoy? How can you have the best energy for your session? Like some people tell me that they like hard workout before the long poker session. For me, it's like that's the worst thing you can do. Like you do heavy running, for example, heavy cardio work before the session. That just drains me totally. And after, let's say I play football for 1.5 hours, then I start playing my session. I feel I'm kind of exhausted. So it's not good to play 10-hour session of poker after that. But like again, some people might be able to do that and they even thrive on that. So just test things out, which seems to give you the best results, the best focus, the best, and so like the best result basically. And yeah, of course, mentioning like drink water. I think it's so important just to have one big glass of water right when you wake up. Again, you're dehydrated after the sleep, so you want to have good drink of water right after you wake up. I think that's very important. A lot of people, I don't think people drink in general enough water. And it's really like when I drink water in the morning, I just feel like energized immediately. I'm like, whoa, I just woke up. It's like, yeah, I feel like a fish on the dry ground, in the morning. And when I have that glass of water, it really brings energy to me. So I think that's very important. And to the last point of today's part 2 video, yeah, just eat lighter. I think that's better. Don't make huge meals when you're playing poker, because again, this is like it's a very long session, and you want to make sure that your energy never dips, so you kind of always have that good energy going. So I guess everybody knows, like, after a huge meal you will be tired. I mean, it's normal, so don't stuff yourself full and hope to survive 10 hours. But yeah, so if you do eat by accident too much, or it's just too big meal, just have a coffee or tea after. I think it helps. But again, I would not recommend, especially using coffee, like 7 to 8 hours before sleep, because I think it really affects your sleep. And if you drink too early, like too late, it's really going to mess up your sleep. Actually, past couple days, I've had too many cups of coffee, and I can't take my daily naps because I've had 3 cups of coffee. So be careful with that stuff. Like, they are good, they taste good, they are excellent stuff, but like probably not something you should abuse daily, like way too big portions. It's gonna backfire. And again, the sleep is one of the most important things for poker players, because we do work with our brains. It needs to be like, there. You can be working this. This is not like automatic work in a way. Although some people could say it's kind of automatic, but again, if you want to play on high level, it's not going to be automatic. I think this is one of the most common problems I see with my students. The lack of focus in the game, just playing your own game instead of focusing on the other players. I think that's the important thing. And with bad preparation, I think it's going to end up more often this unfocused playing, which is going to affect your win rate by a lot, actually. So be careful. That's why all this preparation is very important for your win rate and how well you play actually poker. But yeah, thanks for watching, and next week we will continue from this topic. It's probably going to be much longer, to be honest, because I feel like after doing this, I still have so much to talk about, and we've just touched some part of this. It's gonna be a lot more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next week.